welcome back to my channel. My name is Monette, and this is my channel, Evolve with Monette. For those of you that are new here, I am a professional intuitive empath, and tonight we're going to get into some preliminary work here regarding karma. Now, I promised you that I was going to do this, guys, and so here we are. We are going to get it done. This video, I would highly recommend you watch first before you go into your individual sign. I will be taking a journey and doing a reading for each of the 12 zodiac signs so that you can understand what to expect for how karma will show up for the person that you may feel owes you a little bit of karmic retribution. But the thing to understand are the placements where you're going to find karma in your chart. So let's jump right into it. If you are curious about karma, you really don't understand the fundamental principles about what that means, please go reference my video about karma. It's maybe within the next 10 down, and you can find it on my playlist there. It's not an actual playlist. Y'all just scroll through my videos and you will find it. But I talk about karma. I talk about what it means. I talk about why it is experienced by somebody else and how they will experience it. But in there, I've talked about it really residing in the sixth house. But the thing about it is it's much broader. We have karma that we're playing out in this life, and y'all know me. We're not going to do anything halfway. So I want you to understand how your karma is affecting you, because what do we got to do, y'all? We got to take care of ourselves first before we worry about anybody else. But then I got the juice coming up for you, and we will definitely take a look at how karma plays out for someone who has wronged you or taken advantage or done something that is untoward. We're going to talk about that and what you can expect, because sometimes we don't always get to see people's karma play out, but we will understand it when we're watching it from a different perspective. But first, let's take care of ourselves first. So I have some notes here, and let's talk about karma. Okay. So these are the three placements. I'm going to say four because the fourth one is the one that we're going to focus on when we're looking at what everybody else's karma is. But for you guys, here's what you need to know about karma. The first place that you would be looking to see where the karma plays out, the three places are the 12th house. So this is all about our past lives and our karmic lessons, and it allows us to kind of glimpse realms that existed before we came into this world. So we will understand what we're playing out from past situations and scenarios, okay? It also helps us understand where we came from. And so when you're dealing with the 12th house, certain planets in that 12th house can point out how happy your mother's pregnancy was, or may have been. It can also, like Venus and Jupiter, that would be a happy pregnancy. This also deals with the malefics, which would be Mars and Scorpio, which means the more negative aspects if they were in that house. And they can show some potential danger or stress with restrictions. Saturn is another placement. So in all of our astrology charts, you will find this. So our 12th house at the bottom of our chart, in the middle, somewhere along there, you will find where Saturn sits. And so this is the judge. And Saturn is one of my favorite planets because it really makes a man out of you. I'll make a man out of you. I don't know which musical that's from, but I'm hearing it. I don't know which one it's from. But in any case, Saturn makes a man out of you or a woman out of you. It puts hair on your chest. It presents you with some of your hardest challenges. We go through a Saturn return every 28 and a half years. And Saturn returns to the place in our chart where we were born. And so what that means is we have an opportunity with Saturn to create real change in our life regarding how we feel about ourselves and how we adult. So Saturn's really, really, really powerful, and we can't escape it. It's associated with Capricorn and associated with fathering. So Saturn is another placement that you want to take a look at. And Saturn is going to be what's affecting your enemies. And that's why we're going to look in the sixth house to see what kind of work your chart's going to put in for that. So Saturn is super, super important to understand. Then you also want to check your south node. Your south node is this other placement, which you will see at the bottom of your chart, and it interacts with the rest of your chart. So if it's touching a personal planet, it may aspect a helpful or supportive one, or it may particularly hard. You can also start to build your stories around your past life by looking at the planets and the signs that it's integrated with. So your south node is the karma that you've already lived out. It's the things that even in this life you've already lived out. So let's say you are in your 40s. Your first half of your life was south node living for the most part, because we're all in our south node at some point. We have to be in order to evolve properly. So that's that's one of the things that you need to understand about your South Node. And it's past life karma too that's located in your South Node. So if your South Node says you have this sun sign in it, then Google this sun sign in my South Node, and you will see a plethora of information about what that means. But that's what you need to know. And so the sixth house is the one that's not officially on the list, but this is the one that most astrologers and readers understand is where the karma for your enemy exists. It's in the sixth house. And that's the series that I'm going to begin here shortly. So I just wanted to make a quick preliminary intro about the way that you can properly identify this. For those of you that are looking to get into your chart more, you can go to cafeastrology.com and you can print out a free natal chart. I highly suggest you do that. You need to study yourself to show yourself approved. You need to understand who you are and from where things come from. And this whole Saturn thing means so much to you. This whole karmic thing means so much to you because it is going to help you understand why you incarnated when you look at your South Node, like what lessons you've already dealt with. And then you can take a look and juxtapose that about against your life. Are you still in that situation? Have you evolved? Did you learn your lessons? Have you grown? What's going on for you? So that's how examining those placements, those 4 placements in your chart, will help you to see through the looking glass and to understand what lessons you came into incarnate. So your South Node, your 12th house, and your Saturn placement, and then for your enemies, your 6th house placement. So I'm going to start and I'm going to pop over. Join me there if you're interested. The first one that I'm going to jump into is Gemini. So we're going to take a look at if you happen to have Gemini in your 6th house. We're going to take a look at what karma would be like for your enemies. And I want you to understand that. That's a reading I get requested so often. It's a reading that's incredibly popular, but y'all know me. If I'm going to do it, I have to do it integrally. It's important for me to teach you, not just for like, vengeance is mine, but it's important for you to understand how to define and be patient and wait. Because the thing about Saturn, guys, is it's all about patience. So you may not get to see karma play out for someone, but if you know where your placement is in your 6th house, you can understand and envision. And for some of us, that's all we need. It's just a little vision, especially if we feel like we didn't get retribution to what's going to happen to the person who betrayed you, tried you, lied on you, or who was your Judas. All right, guys, come back and join me next time. And we're going to do this. We're going to continue to evolve together. Join me if Saturn is a placement, in your 6th house. If you have Gemini, join me over there and we will take a look at why and how karma will play out for your enemy.